Hey, I'm Jason. I'm sorry for my unprofessional appearance right now. I have a lot of things I need to say, but I didn't want to let this moment pass. Um, the election results in Hungary, where the parliament flipped, um, you know, almost 50%, where Viktor Orban was overthrown. So the way that works, I think the way I understand that parliaments work, and I was not watching this because I wasn't expecting anything to change, and I hadn't heard any news that like there was even any chance of Viktor Orban not maintaining power. Um, whichever party has the majority of parliament gets to nominate their person as the prime minister. Um, so it's not an election like we have with the president, where we elect senators and congressmen and a president. It's like we're just electing House of Representatives, and then whoever wins the House of Representatives, like the Speaker of the House, is the president. It's kind of the way the Parliament works. I think that's the way some parliaments work. I'm assuming that's the way Hungary works. Um, and basically, it was like a little over 50% for the party that's going to have like 138 seats out of 200. Um, and Viktor Orban's party is down to 55 seats. And they were over 100 before. So huge swing, huge swing. I don't even know if this party was there before because the other party, the previous opposition party was like the Freedom Party or something, and this one, the one that won, is the like Respect and Freedom or something like that. Um, so it's like a new party that just took like the whole country by storm. And it wasn't widely reported because Viktor Orban controls or is friendly with the media, and they are pushing out propaganda. Um, so even if these election results had happened, nobody in Europe or America would have been surprised if it didn't actually change the seat of power, right? But this seems so overwhelming and so undeniable that Viktor Orban made a public announcement for conceding with 30% of the votes counted. So, why is this important? Why should we care about Hungarian elections? Well, Viktor Orban has been the poster child for extremist right wing authoritarianism in the world. He's been so successful at getting his own citizens to root for authoritarianism and his method of control, that all of the other want to be authoritarian dictators are using him as a template to follow. Um, and just 16 years after he came into power and reorganized the government so that it would be very hard for him to lose power, he was unanimously ousted. Um, Now, how could that have happened? 80% voter turnout, right? We're lucky if we get anywhere close to 50% in the U.S. 80% voter turnout in Hungary this year. Um, that's what made the difference, and this is huge because it shows other citizens around the world that authoritarian dictatorships are actually pretty easy to overthrow, right? You just have to turn out. You just have to show up. You just have to not sit by and say, "Oh, what can we do? Nobody's doing anything." You just have to be the one that does something, and it has to be everybody has to decide to be the one that does something. So one thing that you can do is go out and vote on the first Tuesday in May and vote in the primary elections. And honestly, I don't care if you write in no one for every single vote. Um, the more votes that are cast for not, um, uh, the more votes that are cast for people for anything other than abstentions, write in names, um, small unknown people that are on your ballot, any votes that are cast that are not for career politicians is a win in my book. So go out, go vote in the primary. I don't care if you're a member of a party that has nobody on the ballot. go and write in. Go write in. I abstain. I abstain. I abstain. Just show that we're coming out in numbers, and that'll at least get them to wake up and realize that they can't just assume that their job is safe when they don't do anything. And this is really this is big, because this shows that authoritarians aren't safe. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 years in Hungary. But for right now, this is a win for democracy and a win for Europe and a win for the world.